What's up, everybody? February 8th, 2013, I was hit by that plow truck in Hampton, New Hampshire, on Island Path Road. Those are the plate numbers. I was out going to get milk and water before the storm NEMO with my not even two-year-old daughter at the time. Was on my way home from getting milk and pulling down the street this way, and the plow's driving in his direction, and I pulled over to the right as far as I could, seeing him coming around. He pulled over to the right as far as he could, and he struck the curb, bounced off the curb. You can see right there, clear as day, how he was plowing the curb, and then hit the curb, which made him bounce off the curb, and hit my car, which ended up damaging right there, hitting right next to my daughter's door, hit the tire, and bent the whole rear axle, and the insurance company considered it totaled. Well, I had a law firm on it. They wanted me to go in and play neck and back. I'm a fisherman. I've done all kinds of tough work. I just wanted to get back to work. I got thrown around the car, threw my back out. I went in for one hospital visit, and I just wanted to get back to work, pain or not. That's what we do. In the picture right there, I have my boots on, wearing my fishing boots. It was my day off. I was at home, fishing boots and pajamas, hanging around with my daughter. So I pull over to the right, he pulls over to his right, he hits the curb, bounces off the curb, and strikes my car. It hits my car. I pull over. There was a vehicle in front of me that pulled out of the way as he struck me, as he come around the bend. She pulled out of the way, the girl in front of me. I tried to pull out of the way, I got hit. She pulled over in front of me. This was a citizen who pulled over to check and see if I was okay, who came running up and, are you okay? Oh my God, you have a little girl in there, are you okay? Yeah, I seen what happened. Yeah, I'll stay, I'll wait. Oh my God, thank you so much. So I got her name and her information. I stood out next to her car, I had a cigarette, I got her name again, thanked her over and over again. Went back and waited with my daughter while I waited for help to arrive. The officer shows up, walks up to me, puffs up his chest and says, "What the fuck are you doing driving?" I backed up and crossed my arms. I was like, "Are you serious?" He turned around and walked over to my witness that was there and told her to leave. I yelled out to him, "That's my witness, what are you doing?" The officer came back over to me and stated everything will be in the report. He then said, "Wait here," and walked over to the plow truck driver who was down the street. After talking with the plow truck driver for quite a few minutes, he came back over. He was talking to the plow truck driver. The other officer arrived. He came over and asked if I was okay. He asked if my daughter was okay. We were standing there. I asked him if he was going to take pictures. He said, "Why?" I said, "Because you have an accident here. Shouldn't you be documenting taking pictures?" He said, "Let me ask the other officer." So he walked over and asked the other officer. He came back and retrieved his camera from the trunk of his cruiser. He took 12 pictures. There's 11 pictures that are here. After he took the pictures, the other officer came back down and I said, "Is that it?" He said, "Yep, we'll notify you if we need anything else." He said, "But your car's totaled. Your car's messed up, broken. You can't drive this." I said, "I live 2 streets away." He said, "Alright, that's fine." So I left. That was the end of it. I never gave my statement that day. Apparently, the plow truck driver never gave his statement that day because I called Hampton Records today and they said that there's nothing there or nothing on file or anything. Well, weeks ago, I started representing myself since this other law firm dropped it, since I wasn't playing neck and back. And I sent a notice of payment due to the insurance company. Okay? So I James Sharp, on 128 notify you I am seeking payment for property damage, loss of wages, hospital bills, and pain and suffering. I made you aware of seeking $6,000 for damages that have incurred since being struck by a client who was driving for the city of Hampton on February 8th, 2013, when I was struck. Since I have made you aware I am seeking payment, I would also like to make you aware in writing I am seeking an additional $1,500 for every 7 calendar days that goes by during this process for further pain and suffering plus services. Services representing myself, having to search laws and find these people to get what is rightfully mine. Services, I'm expensive, aren't you? Plus services during this lengthy process. We hope that we can come to an agreement soon to lighten the loss of tax dollars that will incur from denying the truth of this matter at hand. Attached is a rough draft of what was roughly owed upon establishing contact with you, and from this you can see I was greatly attempting to collect the bare minimum of what I was owed. Okay? Bare minimum. The whole time. These people have non-stop denied me. That's my hospital bill. That's my hospital bill. I threw my back out when this happened. They smashed into me. They hit me pretty good. That was hard. My daughter started screaming, crying. It freaked her out. She was freaked out. This is what I sent to them. There's my car. They called me the other day and said that because the plow truck lights were on. Okay? You see my headlights? I can't see. You can see the officer's headlights in the back. And on this one, plow truck, see any lights on that plow truck? That one right there. That would have been on the opposite side of my truck, my car, with the plow blade extended. Okay? That's the only light. They tried this as an excuse. They're trying to throw one thing after another that's trying to keep me and deter me from getting what's rightfully mine and owed. They damaged my property. You had 2 officers show up, and one of them was obviously not happy that there was an accident going on for his city and was very concerned about his city. The officer said in his report, this is speaking through kind of the narrative of the plow driver. This was a 2-vehicle collision that occurred on Island Path within the town of Hampton. The weather was very bad at the time of the accident. It was snowing and very windy, causing the snow to blow into drifts. The road was covered with snow. Island Path is a narrow 2-lane road. Unit number 2 is a plow truck with a fixed blade on the front and a wing blade off the right side. Unit number 2 was traveling eastbound on Island Path. Unit number 1 was traveling west on Island Path. There are no lane markings on the roadway. The roadway and the curbing were covered in snow. Unit number 2 was plowing against the right curbing as it traveled east. The operator of unit number 1 stated he was traveling as far to the right as possible. However, the build-up of snow concealed several feet of roadway and the curb on the north side of the road. As the vehicles passed on the curve of Island Path, the plowed blade of unit number 2 collided with the rear left wheel of number 1, which says that he hit me. That says he hit me. In the report it says he hit me. Okay, so after having my witness sent away, it still says in the lead officer at the scene's report, that blade hit me. Not we collided together. He tries to say that at the beginning, but his plow blade struck my car in the middle of my car. That's like getting T-boned. This is diagram. and I was way further over it than that. That's a Mack truck with an extended plow blade. So, as I said before about giving her the letter of bare minimum of what I was owed and to lighten tax dollars, my first, oh, don't I didn't print it. February 11th. No, she just sent me the other letter today. Here it is, right there. This is the brief summary I sent her of the accident. Here's my summary of the accident I was involved in February 8th, 2013. I was traveling west on Island Road. I didn't even say Island Path. On Island Road, going way below speed due to weather conditions, with my 2-year-old daughter in the car. Custody. I approached the bend in the road, and as I approached, the plow began coming around the bend, also at the same time. I moved as far over as I could to the right, and the plow driver hit the curb, and this caused him to lose control of his plow truck and crash into my 18-month-old daughter's door, with her in the car at the time. I have been without transportation since this date, and as a single father, I hope this can be expedited from this point on, please. I would like to be reimbursed for my daughter's car seat and cab fares as well. That's it. That's all I wanted. That's all I asked. I didn't claim neck and back, nothing. I wanted my car replaced. That was it. $3,500, cheap car, not much. Pay me my money, pay me a couple extra bucks for my troubles, and have it be done. Well, now I've notified Christina Ostman of Hampton, New Hampshire. I have been in touch with Kathleen Casey at Property Liability and Trust, who handles insurance for the cities in New Hampshire, or Hampton anyway, and Christina Ostman has been no help. I have called her numerous times in the past 2 years and never received a call back after receiving my statement. Once I received my statement, she killed all communications. All communications. I actually went in there and met her today face to face for the first time and didn't know it was her, and she was very rude before I knew it was her. And then I went back upstairs and introduced myself. Thanked her for not answering the phone for 2 years and told her I'd see her in court. Well, these are people that have these jobs and they're not paying attention to people that are having issues with their employees that work under them. So I would hold these people at fault more than even the plow truck driver. As a matter of fact, the plow truck driver was getting up there in age pretty well. I would again have to blame that on the city and the people who had staffed this city. Well, after being hit, about 4.5 weeks after being hit, and this just totally screwing my life up, I ended up evicted from my home up Hampton Beach. I had a little apartment next to, right on 101, and I ended up getting evicted, and I had never been evicted in my life until this happened. And that was April 24th. So February 8th, about a month and a half after this happened, domino effect, this happened. This happened. This cop sent my witness away and took up for the city. And a single father has been denied of his property. And never mind me, my daughter. Now, what I keep saying about this is, what if this was a single mother? What if this was a mother who was on welfare, who only had not much, crappy little car that ended up getting totaled? And I mean, you're gonna blame the mouse for the elephant stepping on it? That was my girl. That was all you. Well, you know, I pulled over as far as I could. That's my little girl, and as a father and a fisherman, believe me, she's well protected. This would not have happened if I had any choice in it. This is not something anybody asked for. And I've been denied reimbursement for my property. And now I'm seeking pain and suffering and economical damages, seeing as I had to be evicted from my home because it just totally screwed my life up for months. Took my car, had to borrow a car from somebody and then pay it back. You gave me a big bill. You screwed with my life. You screwed with my daughter's home. I was taking her to her mother's every morning before I went fishing. And after I was hit, I was having to leave her there 4 or 5 days in a row just so I could go to work. You took my transportation away from me. And nobody's ever done anything to reimburse me. I am filing suit if something doesn't happen in the next few days. I am posting this because I think people should know excuse me, what the people are doing in office in town. In all towns, not all towns, but when bad stuff goes down. And I think that people should be aware of it. So even before I file, I think this is the best way to get this out there. If something's happened to you, you should post something that's happened to you. People should know. People should be aware of what's happening. It's supposed to be serve and protect. Sent my witness away. I do not appreciate that. And I am still seeking reimbursement before the statute of limitations up in February 8th, 2016. So I hope that we can come to some sort of an agreement before this happens and the town of Hampton further defaces itself through this long and lengthy process where I just wanted to be reimbursed for a car seat and the shitbox Volvo. Thank you.